My name is June McNeil. When COVID began in March of 2020, my home was in Northville. This had been our family home since 1984. During those first COVID weeks, with all the uncertainty, I was recovering from an illness. My house was cozy and comfortable, and I was happy to isolate until we adapted and learned how to protect ourselves from this new threat to our health. The view from the kitchen was expansive across the valley and to the South Mountain. I was content to watch the changes in the weather moving across the valley and the blue jays and the cardinals feeding. I've been privileged throughout the past 2 years. My income wasn't affected by COVID restrictions, and I was able to continue, with some modifications, the activities that kept me physically and emotionally well. I was also blessed with being able to maintain regular contact with family and close friends, either in person or virtually. For many years, we owned a business with farm property adjacent to the house. My husband passed in 2016, and in 2017, I put the business and farm property up for sale. When COVID struck in March 2020, it had been on the market for a few years. There was plenty of interest in it, but only if our family home property was included. I did not want to move and was content to stay in my home. In late 2020 and into the spring of 2021, COVID was still wreaking havoc throughout the country. Homes and properties in the Maritimes were selling as quickly as they went on the market. Changes to work and family life propelled an increase in families and businesses moving to the Maritimes. I could not ignore the possibility that I would miss the boat, and with the support of my family, made the difficult decision to put my home for sale with the other property. It went on the market in March of 2021. My son and his family moved to Delhaven in 2015. I fell in love with the incredible view and the community and decided if I ever sold my home, I would move to this area. I promptly nicknamed the community Delhaven. I never ceased to be in awe of the ebb and flow of the tides of the Minas Basin. A few weeks after the for sale sign was on the Northville house, an old, neglected house in Delhaven was for sale. This house, with an incredible view and perfect location, less than half a kilometer from my son's house, needed major repairs and extensive renovations. It was structurally sound, but was a great leap of faith to think I could turn it into a home. My COVID decision to sell my Northville home led me to my COVID project. The house became mine in May, and the renovations began in July 2021. The Northville house sold the following September. Here are some photos prior to the renovations beginning. When I bought the house, it was estimated to be about 100 years old. Shortly after acquiring it, some neighbors dropped by with photos and information about its history. I learned it had been an inn, Sunnyside Farm, in the late 1800s and early 1900s. Sunnyside Farm, top photo, and the general store across the road were owned and operated by Donald Forsyth and family, Delhaven. This postcard is unused. There is no postmark to establish a date. It has an undivided back with correspondence on the left side, which indicates it was printed between 1900 and 1904. This is a photo of a brochure given to me by one of the neighbors in Delhaven, advertising the accommodations and the activities when the host was Sunnyside Farm. We are now convinced the original house was built prior to Confederation. During the careful deconstruction, behind the layers of wallpaper, plaster, and laths, there have been a few interesting items found. A coin dated 1864, receipts for lumber purchased in 1865 from Philadelphia, a curved piece of wood with a dog's head carving at the tip, and an old newspaper dated 1924. I've been able to confirm that the lumber companies noted on the receipts existed in Philadelphia during that time. The lumber arrived by ship to Kingsport, or perhaps by rail to Kingsport or Canning. It's been interesting to research and imagine Kingsport, a large port, and Canning during that time with the railway traffic noted on the inn brochure. I was unable to move into Sunnyside until December and became a temporary resident of Kingsport last fall. Charlene's cozy red bank cottage, overlooking the Kingsport Wharf and the Minas Basin, was a relaxing change after packing up 35 years of family memories. It was surpassed only by the warm welcome I received from the people of Kingsport. Yoga at the Lloyd Memorial Center and the Wellness Choir have brought me new activities, wonderful friends, and acquaintances. The renovations continue. My talented contractor and his employee are working hard every day. They have an appreciation for the age and history of Sunnyside. This makes the reno interesting and at times fun. We now have new windows. My morning coffee tastes so much better sitting in the almost finished kitchen. As I gaze over the Minas Basin from my newly installed larger windows and give thanks. COVID has led me to make a major life decision, a move that prior to COVID wasn't in my plan. COVID has led me to challenge myself, taking on a project that was far removed from what I thought I'd be doing at this time in my life. COVID has given me many blessings. Most of all, it continues to remind me of the importance of being kind and giving back.